So Sid went ahead, said screw it, since it's primer, painted the whole front end, the weight plate, all of it. Got a coat of white base coat set on like the bottom here, the weight plate and all the side stuff here. Gonna have to go over there a few more times, but we got a second coat on the bay, and it's out here in the sun, looks great. Inside you could see some of the little bits of yellow from the old paint stuff sticking through. I mean, I stripped a bunch of it, most of it as I could, but there were still some bits that kind of seeped through. So we went over that. It's looking a little bit better, and we won't really know until we get it in the other light, but just put a few more coats on and keep going, and then we'll move forward. Bug on here and stuff, trying to get all those off there. You know, we don't need no bug prints everywhere. I don't really care, but it's primer, so cover it all up and let's go. I'm pumped. It's looking good. And Brett's here helping me out. Sick. All right, so we got the CRX moved to the side, and I was able to pull Willie's car in while the CRX is drying. And oh, I guess I need to turn the key on. But we're gonna get in here and try and fix this crank pulley problem, as well as the gear, rolled the keyway on that too. And then we need to check out the transmission and make sure it still works. But little things, let's do it. So I'm gonna go on the air, get the catch pan off, and then start looking at everything. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but that thing's screwed. So this thing might need a new crank and some more. There's definitely some weird harmonics going through the whole entire motor, because the dowel came out at the flywheel right here as well. So who knows what the base of the flywheel looks like, who knows what the main bearings look like. We need to get in here. So Brett and I are going to go ahead and we're going to just start tearing into this thing. We're going to get the motor out of here and seeing what's up. All right, so got the motor all out of Willie's now. Just got to get into it and see what all the mayhem is. I know the keyway's screwed here, but hopefully there isn't too much other stuff and main bearings and stuff. We'll see. I'm gonna get in there and check it out. Saw a little bit of oil on the camera, I think, but the bay is looking really good. Did 2 coats today, and it's already looking way better. There's still little spots where like it's a little bit, you know, missing a little bit of there. I'm not a painter, guys. I mean, it is just primer, but I'm not a painter, so definitely it's gonna need some love by all of the awesome people I have around me. Tell me get this thing perfect, but glad it is where it is. And I mean, it came as far as it came. Time to get the motor back in it. Probably do that tomorrow before my buddy Austin's wedding. Excited for them. Excited to go to that, but gonna get the motor back in this thing before that. And I mean, it'd be cool to just thrash it out and hear it fire, but probably won't get that far. But we'll see. We'll see, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everything you guys do. You are the best. There's no better fans out there than the GoofyBuilt fans. You guys stay through it, support, like, comment, subscribe down below, because what's better than some GoofyBuilt action? All right, so we're digging in here to Willie's right now, and I just got the transmission off. We're going ahead to get to see what the clutch looks like and see what the crank and all that looks like. I'm working to get it up on an engine stand, but I already kind of see something here. There's definitely distance all the way around. We got a loose pressure plate, and that's a loose clutch. The whole entire flywheel. So that's not good, guys. Get a little further in, let's go. Alright guys, let's go ahead and pull this last bolt off. There's definitely some marks where this thing shattered and clapped. You can see it broke every dowel and the bolts are loose. They're all probably a little cross-threaded. That's why I can only move them so far. It's not good, guys. This is no good. Let's get the flywheel off and look at the crank. Holy smokes, for a flywheel coming loose. That is probably the cleanest crank I've ever seen. Honestly. There isn't really any chatter. I'm shocked. The threads are all screwed, but it is just crazy to see that there's no pits or divots or material transfer even. Like, that's so wild. But everything else is toast. Broke all the dowels off of the flywheel. Stripped a bunch of the bolts. Material came out of the inside of these holes. It's not good. Stripped the threads there. Broke the keyway on the crank pulley and the crank gear. It's crazy. Definitely not what you want. The deeper we go, she was definitely a funky monkey. The thrust washers were in backwards, and looks like the bearings are all gonna be all right. The mains are pretty good. These two rods on the end here have some chatter to them. They don't look the best, but some new bearings in the rods, and that'll do good. Could have been worse. Definitely could have been for all the little things that were wrong. I mean, we had the little washer here for the time belt backwards, thrust washers backwards, loose flywheel, loose pressure plate. The timing belt spun the crank gear as well as the crank pulley. Just crazy. So we're in here, we're gonna keep moving. Definitely needs a new crank, but figure it all out and we'll get it done. Good old girl, single cam jam. Whew. All right, we've been hard at it, guys. So I've made sure all of the brake lines all the way back are tight, and now we're putting fluid in here. I got this guy filled up and I started pumping it, and it's just working its way down. It started feeling the brake system kind of start to work. Keep pumping it up until I got brakes all the way around. Still definitely do not have any in the rear. I was holding the pedal and tried to spin it with my foot, and still spun super easy. So gotta keep pumping until we can't spin them. All right, guys, so I got the brakes all bled out, and right now we do have brakes front and rear working, but not working together like we wanted. I don't have a pass-through master, so we just have rear brakes and we have front brakes, but that's fine. Everything's gonna work out either way. I did spill a little fluid, so I will have to drop those reservoirs, touch it up on that bar. Only on that bar is it like peeling it all a little bit from where I spilled. Like further down I didn't really get it, so just touch it up a little bit. I mean, it's whatever, but keep moving forward. I'm digging it. It's looking good. Definitely like how that looks right there. It's pretty sweet. So pretty close to getting it to where the motor can go back in. I've got the hood pins all back and set to where the hood needs to be and everything. Lowered everything to where I like it. Painted the engine mount as well as the battery tray. Got it nice and fresh, looking good. So pretty excited. it's super close to going back together. I'm gonna head off to World Cup in the morning. Pretty excited about that. Driving there though this time. It's the first time I've ever driven there, riding with Todd, so we're gonna head out. Definitely would be cool to have had this thing ready to rip before I headed out, but it'll be ready to rip once I get it back. I got the engine mount taken care of, all those bolts cleaned up, and I found 3 bolts for the engine mount, so I'm able to do all that, put all that on. I've got the painted one somewhere around here looking all sharp. I think it's over in my toolbox. Yeah, I found it. So I got it right here with all the bolts, and that'll just go right here, just like that. Super easy, super simple, looks really good. So I got that all sprayed up and super close to going back in. That thing is still a runner, still ready to rip. I did want to drop the pan and just check the bearings and everything, go through it, but it's good, it's ready to rumble. I'm excited. It's gonna be together really soon, guys. Just one more week. But thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe down below. This is GoofyBuilt. Peace out.